This is Suspenders Unbuttoned, a podcast where friends talk with friends about TV, movies, and books. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Suspenders Unbuttoned. Today, our guest is Brittany Bristow, joining us again with stories from her couch, right?
Yes, from the couch.
Welcome, Brittany.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. How are you?
Pleasure. I'm doing great. Yeah, I'm doing great. I have a funny light on here, and I think it's making me look fuzzy, but I like it. I'm doing great. I'm happy, and I just had my birthday, and I feel so loved by everybody, so I'm doing wonderful.
Yes, happy belated birthday.
Yes.
It looked like you had a great day.
I did. I had a really lovely time.
Good. I don't know if we told you this the last time, Brittany, but if you look on the side of your screen, you can see comments from anybody that's watching live. Can you see it?
Lovely.
So Dara from Dear Hallmark says hello.
Hi, Dara.
We love Dara.
She's lovely. There it is. She's got the book to win.
I have your book.
I have it on my phone.
We request this.
Oh,
sorry.
No, I was gonna say we told her at Ramen Drama she needs to sign books for us.
Yes.
No.
I haven't had a chance to start reading it yet, but I'm planning on taking it with me. I'm going away.
Oh, nice.
For a little bit. And I had to special request it because I tried to buy it online and it wasn't available yet to ship to Canada. So Jacqueline actually sent it to me. I was like, I read it. So we're gonna do a little book club together.
That's awesome.
I'm bringing mine to Ramen Drama so she can sign my copy.
I love that.
Yeah,
100%.
no, everyone bring our books. We're all going to bring our books to Ramen Drama.
Exactly.
I know, get her a table. She needs her own table.
She does.
All right. So tell us about your new movie this weekend. It's premiering on UpTv.
Yes. So it's called The Story of Love. And it is such a sweet film. It's about a young woman who is really unsure of herself. She really wants to be a novelist. She's been working as an accountant and just writing on the side. And every time she sends her stories in, they're getting declined and nobody wants to take anything on that she's done. And she just really has this passion for it, but she's so insecure about her capacity to do it. And so, she's somebody that really drowns herself in her work. She drowns herself in her writing, and she doesn't have a ton of friends as a result. So she has a book club because she's in love with this writer named Marcus Crombie, and she loves his novels. He's a romance novelist, and she's just absolutely obsessed with him. And she has a book club with her mom and her mom's two best friends. Nice. And those are her buds. And she finds out that her mom has submitted one of her stories to this romance writers retreat without telling her. And of course, as somebody who's really insecure and really nervous and really unsure of her ability to do this for a living, she's absolutely horrified when she finds out that she's gotten in. So she is convinced by her mother to go. And it's this really lovely film that sort of looks at what it is to find your own footing and who you are, along with understanding that you're capable of more than maybe you think you are.
Okay.
And along the way, of course, there's this very handsome man.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes, we've seen the photos, and I saw Dara evaluating.
Yes.
That made me laugh so hard.
Oh,
Dora, if you are still watching, I must tell you, I sent that to Franco. He doesn't have social media, but I sent that to Franco, and he was dying.
Yes.
He thought it was the funniest thing in the entire world.
So I also am unfamiliar with Franco, and I was like, who is that?
Right? Yeah. Yeah,
So
he's very handsome.
Mm-hmm, right.
And he's really wonderful, and he does a really incredible job in the film. I mean, he is a remarkable actor. He came to set so incredibly prepared every single day, and he really brought Woody to life. That's his character's name, Woody, which is appropriate because he's a woodsman.
Okay, of course.
And as a Cheers fan, I'll just say.
Yeah, right. Oh, Woody Harrelson, love him.
Right.
Did you hear the story that Woody Harrelson actually went into his audition for Cheers and they just thought he was super in character? Because they were like, hey, what's your name? Because in every audition you go and you're like, hi, my name is Brittany.
Yep,
I'm 5'7". I'm auditioning for the role of whoever.
Right.
And he went in and he was like, hi, my name's Woody. And they were like, what's your name?
I
And he
did
was
not hear this.
Woody. They were like,
Woody.
this dude's really a character, hey? They
No,
actually just thought he was being a method actor.
That's
I love
fantastic.
Of course,
Sorry,
being
Liz,
from
Liz,
New England, we love Cheers. I've been to the Cheers bar in Boston.
Amazing.
That was fun. Yep.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
I mean, not the real, it wasn't like the
yeah.
set, but
Yeah.
Right.
still fun to go have drinks.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh,
So Franco's character is Woody, which is fantastic.
Yeah. And so it's this really interesting bond of these two people. Woody is somebody who's so set in his ways and so sure of who he is. And Ruby comes along and she just feels like a fish out of water kind of everywhere. And she just really doesn't know who she is or what she wants and what she stands for. And she knows that she believes in things. She knows that she wants to be a writer, but when it comes to actually fulfilling anything in her own life, she has a really difficult time with it. And so it's this interesting combination of two people who are completely opposite from each other. I mean, Ruby, she can't even handle being outside, and he's like, let's go hike up a mountain, and she's like, I don't know what that means. I brought running shoes, we're fine, right? And it's just a really beautiful development of a friendship, and of course there's romance, and it's it's a fun one. I'm really proud of this film too. I think it's it's a special one to me.
Yeah, it looks really fun. And then I already commented, I love the costuming. I like that. I know you shot it like last year, right? But it's a very contemporary look to look like you're in the 80s. So
oh yeah, absolutely.
No, it's very in, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I had that outfit.
Yeah,
in high school.
Yeah,
there's photos of me in that outfit.
That sweater. I love it. It's funny. Yeah, I felt like a little cheerleader on that day with that blue sweater.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that was another thing too, is, the costume designer and I, we'd done 3 movies together at that point, in different departments. And she sort of was, this was her first one with me, where she was the head designer. And we decided we really wanted to take an interesting sort of transition with Ruby. We wanted her to sort of have this sort of young, very calculated thing where, she would be the person who would set her outfit out the night before. And she'd be like, okay, cool. So if I'm wearing my hair up, I'm going to need to put a hair scrunchie in because that's going to look nice and put together. But my hair scrunchie has to match the blue in the sweater. And then the blue in the sweater needs to go with the blue in the pants. And then the blue in the pants needs to go with my hiking boots that are there. So I need we wanted her to be this person that was just a constant overthinker. So that actually shows really well in the wardrobe. And then as it progresses and she sort of loosens up a little bit, so does her costuming, so does her way of speaking, so does, the way that she wears her hair, all of these things. It's almost like you're watching somebody go from a little girl to a woman because she grows into herself so entirely. So we had a lot of fun with the costuming too.
I think that's great. I really do. Actually, having now talked to two heads of the wardrobe department, I've paid more attention to the wardrobe, and it's such an important detail, like you said, to show kind of the evolution of a character. So I feel like I really appreciate that now.
Right. Yeah, one of my favorite things that I've ever heard or read or anything was in Breaking Bad. I don't know if you've watched it, but there was this really interesting thing where the costume designer decided that as Walter White became more of the bad guy and less of the good guy throughout the transition of the 6 seasons, that deeper colors would be revealed and stuff. And there's this one scene where he turns around and he's talking to his wife and he's taking off like a soft-ish red colored button up, and underneath it is this like dark red, and he's saying like, who do you think I'm afraid of? I'm not afraid of people. People are afraid of me. And it's this like really remarkable moment where you see him take off this light color and he's standing in front of her like saying he's the bad guy with this dark color on, and you're just like, Oh, I
Wow.
see it now.
Right.
I see what she's done here. I see what she's done. And you look through the seasons and he goes from like white and light blue to like dark red and dark greens and like all of these really deep colors. I don't know. It's really cool.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
It's so intense.
Who was your costumer for this?
Her name is Rachel. She's fantastic. She
Shout out to Rachel.
has, yeah, Rachel. I shouted her out on Instagram actually. I was
Nice.
like, Rachel Aaron. She's amazing. And she, yeah, she's just so incredible. She's so beautiful. She's super young and just like so fantastic at what she does. I don't know how she became such a superstar, but she is one. And she's designed a number of the films that this company has worked on. And all of the ones that she has been the head of department on have been just out of this world beautiful. Yeah, she's amazing.
I love that. This Minnesota girl also has to appreciate that Franco is in a red and black buffalo check flannel shirt. Yeah, because that, which is completely in again, right? But it never goes out here.
Like it has like 3 of them upstairs.
Yeah, no, it never goes out. So, this is the land of Paul Bunyan. So it's like always, I'm like, yes, put that man in a buffalo check shirt. Thank you.
I love it.
So
Plus,
yeah, that's
any romance movie has to have a flannel, right?
Right, but it's usually the plaid flannel. So bring out the buffalo.
Yeah, the buffalo.
Yep. He looks like a lumberjack. Let's just go with it. Right?
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Awesome.
So tell us about maybe your mom your TV mom in this movie seems to play a good role. So tell us a little bit about her and Ruby's relationship with her mom. They
She's
must be
amazing.
close if they have a book club together. So
yes. So they're very close. I think one thing that's really interesting is Ruby sort of looks at her mom as her best friend.
Mhm.
So there's a really interesting dynamic between the two of them in this film in that she leans on her mom for so much, but at the same time, her mom sees that she's not accepting her full potential as a person.
Mhm.
And I think for her, she's like, I love that my daughter is my best friend, but I need her to go see what she's capable of being. And there's a really interesting moment where, she's really annoyed with her mom for having sent her in to do this thing. But at the same time, she's appreciative and she's looking at it as you would with a best friend, where your best friend's like, okay, hi, snap out of it, go do the thing. You're being stupid. And her and her mom have that dynamic. So it's really fun to see them because her mom teases her a lot and like does a lot of these things where she's like, oh, really? You don't think Woody's cute? Nothing more? No? Oh, he's just nice, huh? Just nice? So it's sort of like her mom is her girlfriend in the movie. Her mom is her friend. So normally there's the sidekick, whereas like in this one, the mom is the sidekick.
Right.
I love. And she might even have her own little little
sidekick thing
going
on.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that you just called her the sidekick because my husband. So there's this movie that when our kids were younger, we watched a lot of called Sky High, and it's essentially like school for superheroes.
Yeah, I've definitely heard of it.
Yeah, and you get sorted. You're either a superhero or you're a sidekick, and so he always refers to the sidekick couple in these rom-com movies as the sidekick. So I love that the mom is the sidekick. That's a fun change.
It is, in the preview, her outfit makes. I don't know. You could just tell, like she's a fun mom.
Oh yeah, that is a full. Oh yeah, she's wearing like she's got like full pink pants, a full pink shirt. Her shirt says "On Vacation" in pink, and of course, when they pull up, the comment is like, "Don't you think that's a little loud, Mom? Like, what are you doing? We don't need to draw attention to ourselves."
Yes,
she's very much the like, "I'll stand out in the front," and Ruby's very much the like, "Can I just hide behind no one will see me back here, right?" It's fine.
I love it.
Yeah. I love when the parent-child dynamics are different like that, right?
It's so fun. And she was so much fun to work with too.
Yeah, that's super fun. So when we see the pictures, we see like at a cabin. So are we by the lake, by a cabin? That's where this takes place?
Yeah, so we actually shot the entire film on location at this really beautiful inn up in, as we spoke about last time, cottage country. Canada's cottage country or cabin country or whatever. And yeah, it's right on a lake, and we had all these really beautiful rooms. There was a little restaurant there. Of course, we were shooting during COVID, so we had to eat all of our meals in our room, but it was still really beautiful, and the staff were incredible. And yeah, it was really, really fun. We were like 3 hours outside of Toronto, and it was just like, oh, it was so lovely, except it was in April, and we genuinely were like, oh yeah, no, it's going to be great. It's going to be fine. And then we woke up on the second day and there was so much snow, which I think I also mentioned last time.
Oh, you did. I do remember talking about April snow. Yes.
Commiserated about so
I
much
was thinking mosquitoes, but now snow.
Opposite. So much snow. So we were like, how are we supposed to navigate this? There's snow, but we're supposed to be on a lake.
So what did you do? Tell us about the movie magic. How did they make it not snow?
So originally we had this entire scene. The whole day was done. It was going to be outdoors. We were doing like really cute hiking moments and whatever. And the producer, Tiffany, just went into overdrive, and she was like, okay, we're going to figure this out. I'm going to figure it out. We're going to figure out what we're going to do with the script. And we ended up deciding that because we're supposed to be at a mountain retreat, we're hiking up mountains, so it's okay if there's a little bit of snow, because when there's mountains, because there's snow on said mountains. So we shot another section that day where we were actually hiking and supposed to be camping overnight, which Ruby is not impressed with. Not okay. And yeah, they end up going and doing this little camping excursion. And of course, like everyone's shivering and like trying to find sticks. And it was very funny though. But we made it work. And somehow we managed to get the film done in 12 days.
No way.
Wow. Even with having like an entire morning of everyone just being like,
it's snowing.
What do we do?
That's amazing. Plus camping and it's cold. Don't you need to be kept warm then? I'm just asking.
Oh yeah, there were tons of blankets. They had a fire set up. Like we were covered in cozies.
Yeah, and it's okay to be camping around the fire with a blanket. Exactly. It's natural. Yes. Dara is asking, what would you say was the hardest scene to shoot in the movie?
The hardest scene to shoot. I'm trying to think. I mean, honestly, it was just such an incredible crew and cast that everything felt fun and easy, but there was I mean, there was one that was a bit of a challenge where we're out in the water and I'm attempting to kayak, or no, I'm kayaking, and there were two that we shot that day, one in a canoe and one in a kayak. And it was the one day that somehow was warm, but it was so sunny. And you know how when you look at water, when it's really still and sunny, and it feels like it's trying to burn a hole through your eyeballs and your brain. We're doing this entire day of filming on the water. And of course, like to get the right lighting, they have to have like bounce pads. So they have these big like white things and like big silver things that they stick in front of your face so that you can look at your co-star and it's just like all the lights on your face, except you're like, I just cried all day to the point where I was like, I don't know if you're going to be able to use any of my coverage. When they were on Franco, I would be like, hi, no, I'm here.
Can I wear sunglasses? And then
exactly.
But that was only challenging because of nature.
Right. So, well, nature threw you a couple of curveballs. It sounds like.
But no, I think otherwise, like the ones that were challenging were ones where it was like actually my character was struggling because I was like trying to climb up a mountain, and we actually had like a really steep section of stone that I was trying to climb, and I was attached to this rope, and it was like I was slipping on it, and there's a couple of times where she's like walking through stuff and I was like twisting my ankles because of course my character is supposed to be somewhat clumsy and not good in nature. So I was really leaning into that. And also I am just naturally quite clumsy. It's one of my skills. So
do you like to do things outdoors in real life? Like do you do
I love the outdoors. Yeah. I've never gone camping.
What?
Sounds like a honeymoon activity.
Oh God, no. Absolutely.
No, don't do that.
Ask me what I did for my honeymoon.
Did you go camping?
On the North Shore.
Stop. You're a better woman than I am. No, I love the idea of it. I did it once when I went to like overnight camp when I was like 9 for a night.
Do it now before you have kids.
Yeah.
She's like, no, I'm not going to do it.
No, I would actually really like to. I just haven't. But I do really love the outdoors. Like I love going for hikes. I love, jumping into the ocean. I love all that. I love kayaking. I love that sort of stuff. I'm not like a true outdoorsman.
Oh gosh, me neither.
I don't own hiking boots.
Exactly. Same. Yep.
Yeah.
I have hiking boots that need to be replaced.
I'm
they
jealous.
just like wear
I'm
up.
jealous of your ability to be an outdoorsy lady.
Yeah, something like that. We also didn't have 2 pennies to rub together for our honeymoon. So, but we were on the North Shore of Lake Superior drinking champagne, watching the water crash in on the rocks on the cliffs down below.
That sounds beautiful.
Yeah, no, it's spectacular. We didn't make bad choices. We made really good choices.
Sounds like you made the best choice.
Yes.
Yeah. It sounds.
It was September, so it was us and all the retirees. So
perfect.
That's the best company.
One time we went camping in California on the beach with my cousins, and that was really fun. But we didn't have babies yet, so. But it was really sandy.
All right.
Yeah.
I like lake camping over beach.
I think I would do lake camping if I did.
Like that's a lot.
That's what we've done the most of. Okay, so how fun was it to be everybody 3 hours away from Toronto and stuck together though? Was that fun?
It was really fun. One of the challenges of filming everything during COVID is that you don't really get to spend any time together because, we shot this movie in April of last year. So things were really
just opening up.
Yeah. And so, nothing was open where we were shooting. And so we had catering come in and they would provide lunches and dinners, but we had to eat them in our room. And it was nice in that, like, Franco and I would get up a little early and we would go and we would meet in the lobby, sort of in the one open space. And we would talk through our lines and, we would talk about what the morning was going to be. It was nice in that at lunch, you could go back and like sit in your room and look out over the lake. And that was really nice. But I think something like this would be so much more fun to shoot if you had the opportunity to like hang out with a fire and hang out with your castmates and go to the restaurant and have dinner because things are open. And so, as fun as it was, I do think that was one thing that was missing a little bit for us. We were all like, we just want to be able to do these things.
Right.
Yeah. But it was still so much fun. And it was such a beautiful place to be.
And really probably pretty happy just to be filming anything because that was just starting to open back up.
And it was a challenge for a lot of departments because, even Rachel, the costume designer, we weren't able to go into any stores. Like she wasn't able to go in anywhere. So she was ordering everything online. And because we were kind of in the middle of nowhere, like a lot of the deliveries weren't coming because they didn't realize that the inn was open. And they were like, well, we're just going to leave it at the, post office in town that's 20 minutes away and only open for like 3 hours in the middle of the day.
Wow.
So,
that is a true story though, right?
So that was definitely challenging. Luckily though, everyone was just like really a team and we did everything we could to make it work and just tried
I'm
really
sure
hard.
It must have been a blessing that you had worked with her already. So she kind of was familiar with your body and how to dress you.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that was very lucky. We still had some challenges. And even on the day when we were doing the hiking, like we were still waiting on the hiking boots to come from FedEx. We were like, don't know. Maybe gonna have them, maybe not. Maybe she's a
shipping has been so terrible. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh so there were certain things like that, but.
So Sheila has a nice question. She says, is there a particular scene you want viewers to pay attention to in the movie for whatever reason? Always coming through, Sheila, with the good question.
Yeah, good question.
Yeah. So there's a couple. But the one that I would say is a scene that I really, really love. There's a scene where it's late at night and my character can't sleep. And Woody's character also can't sleep. And he takes me outside to show me something. And it's a really beautiful moment. We shot it at like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And all we could hear were the loons, and it was really incredible. But there's a really beautiful scene of the two of us, and it's a really raw moment between the two characters, and I think it's a really pivotal moment for Ruby. Yeah, that one's pretty special. So look, I love it when you get trying to write.
Yes. I love it when we get and we filmed it at 4 a.m.
and like it's actually supposed to be at 4 o'clock in the morning, and we actually shot it at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, there you go. You gotta love when you get that realism right there in your romance drama movie. So
exactly.
You guys keep weirder hours than we do in the hospital. So
hours of film are a real challenge.
Yeah.
They're it's fun, and I love what I do. I would not change it for anything in the world. I feel so lucky that I get to do this for a living. But yeah, sometimes that's the one thing where you're sitting on set at like 2 a.m. and you're like, how many hours left? What time did I arrive today? I don't know who I am. Words. I got those.
Yeah. Healthcare, same. Same.
Yeah.
And then you just rally and you get it done. I love it.
You just have to do it.
Yeah.
Right. You eat a suspicious amount of like grilled cheese at 3 a.m, and then you like try to avoid coffee, but somehow end up drinking it like right before going to bed, just because you're like, if I don't have coffee, I might not be able to open my eyeballs if I blink. So,
and then you can't fall asleep.
Exactly. Yep. And then you can fly in your room and you're like, it's fine. My call time's 5 p.m. tomorrow. Yeah.
You're good.
Well, you must be a pro at it by now. So
I mean, you guys finished in 12 days though, so you really must have got it pounded out. Was that your timeline, or did you just get through things faster?
The timeline was 12 days. Yeah, these films have really short shoot days, or shoot schedules. But I mean, I don't know how we did it, but I mean, essentially too, we almost shot it in 11 because with travel hours too, we had to dock 2 hours on Monday morning and Friday night for people to get home. Yeah. So in order for people to be able to get the transport in, we had to dock hours. So we lost like 2 hours a week on scheduling. And then we had half a day for snow. So we basically shot the movie in 11 days, which is just
wow, that's crazy.
Insane. And it was like 116 pages. Like it was not it's not a little movie. It's not like 80-page script.
Right. Aren't they usually like 90?
Yeah, between 90 and 100. This one was 100. Actually, I think it was like 132.
Wow.
It's 116 or 132.
So a lot of dialogue and yes, way to go.
I love it.
Get it done. That's super fun.
I was most impressed by Franco. The man showed up on the first day of filming and had the entire script memorized.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I'm sorry, Mr. Impressive Pants.
Yeah.
Wow. The whole script?
Way to come in over-prepared.
Okay. Go off.
I would be like memorizing it right before I went.
Yeah, I find for me, the memorizing is like a really interesting thing. I will read the script like 100 times and I'll get to know the story like the back of my hand and the character like the back of my hand. But the actual words, I have to take them a little bit closer to when I'm shooting them, because otherwise they just feel kind of foreign to me by the time I'm actually saying them, because I've gone over them so many times in my head that they're like not real anymore. But everybody is different, and Franco did an amazing job. So clearly,
I find that fascinating too, how everybody is so different.
Yeah,
and how they work on their lines. Yeah, I feel like I listened to somebody who said they just kept reading the script and they never memorized like the specific lines, but they just kind of like figured it out.
That was Andrew Walker.
Andrew Walker?
Yeah, that was Andrew Walker. He's like, I like to sit with the script, and I'm like, okay.
But I do think it is one of those things, like one of the keys that I was taught quite early on is that if you understand your character and you understand the moment you're in and what it is you're trying to accomplish, then, and you know, like the main thing is if you know the character, you put that character in any situation, you kind of already know what the things are that they would say, or how they would transition, or if they're uncomfortable, what they would go to next, or, you know, we all have our ways of navigating conversation and speaking. So, so do they. It's just a matter of like getting comfortable enough with them to feel safe in that situation to just let them speak. So
it's interesting because it's also so I'm in healthcare, and I always think about how we would prepare for tests, people on it.
Mhm.
And I talk about, I was great at academic bulimia, binging and purging,
Yes,
right? And
memorizing
I just
every
feel like, right, I feel like some of the script has to be that you can't hang on to every word you've ever memorized, that
yeah,
you,
no.
Right.
you have to
To make
learn
it
for that,
believable.
yeah,
Mhm.
that character, that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can totally see that.
So
Yeah.
tell us, last time we talked to you, we talked about how this was going to be the year of Brittany Bristow with 4 movies. So that's
Yeah,
one movie.
4.
And then you have another one coming up in just a few weeks called called
Dog
A
named
Dog Called
Indy.
Indy. Yes.
Yes, it's so Hallmark is still deciding on the title for that one.
Okay.
But
So
I'm
perhaps
very excited for
called.
them to come up with the one that they're going to go with, because I cannot wait to start like harassing the entire world, because it's
Well,
so cute.
we think it's a really neat because it's such a family affair.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So
So
I
tell us
watched.
about that. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Julie.
well, wait. I'm going to say I was watching you on with everybody else, with Gabrielle from Rama Drama, and you were doing
Oh, yes.
with the guys and Bundle Game and
Yeah.
Jack's sister, and everybody was on. But she's like, Brittany's parents are amazing. You should look them up. But I already knew that because I had already looked them up. So that's the connection for this film, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
tell us about that.
So my mom wrote the script.
That's amazing.
My dad directs it, and then I'm in it. So it's all 3 of us. My sister, who's the chemical physicist, was not a part of the making of the story. That's because she's too busy being a brilliant professor. So
I love that your sister is a chemical physicist.
I know she is the smartest person on earth. It's ridiculous.
Sounds like it.
I
Yes.
literally I got a copy of her thesis just so that I would, because I was like, I want to support my sister.
Yes.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
read her thesis.
Yeah, no, you're not.
That's how far I got. The acknowledgments. The end. Like, I don't understand anything she does, but she's really impressive, and I'm really proud of her.
No, she's very impressive, because if she's doing that, she's for sure impressive.
It's crazy. She's so smart. But yeah, the rest of us were working in the much lesser field.
No,
It's different. The opposite side. Like,
right? No, it's like the
so
different
brilliant.
the different ways that the brains work. I love
Yeah.
that you have about a random abstract household has a concrete defined child in it.
Yeah.
I'm
love
a
it.
critical care pharmacist. My husband's we have engineers and stuff. And then our youngest is, the theater choir
Yeah,
kid. And so I love that juxtaposition.
absolutely.
Right. But
It makes it interesting.
right.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, from talking to all these different people that we have talked to, I keep telling Sarah this. I see my people in a different place.
Right.
So I feel like you're the same, just in a different place.
Right. Yes, you do
Right.
say
Okay.
that.
So
Yep.
family. So your dad's the director, your mom's the writer.
So, yeah, we all worked on it
So
together.
how'd you get the part?
What was that audition like?
It's a script that my parents have been working on together for a really long time. And they sort of always had it in their heads that they wanted for me to play Bella.
Okay.
And when it came down to it, it was just one of those things where, I'd done enough of these movies at this point that I'd sort of proven that I was capable. And they said, we would really love for you to play this role if you'd be interested. And so I read the script, and of course was like, yes.
Yes.
Before I'm even reading it, obviously I want a chance to work with my parents in this capacity. That would be so much fun. And so yeah, I took it on, and they were searching for who would be the perfect person for my co-star, and of course Chris was just the most perfect person they could find. And he's got such a love of dogs, and he's so compassionate and so driven when it comes to his work, and he was so in love with the script. And so we just thought, this is a perfect pairing. We're going to make this happen. And then the rest of the cast came together, and it was just like the most perfect group of people. All of us were so in love with the dogs and so in love with the story, and we just had such an incredible time working on it.
So what is it like being directed by your father?
Oh, it's
Is
actually
it
really
harder or easier
It
than
depends.
a normal director?
Sometimes it's easier. Sometimes it's harder. I think, you know how everybody has their little mannerisms, and in your family, you start to understand those things. So like if my dad is thinking, I like know he's thinking. I know he's not like going crazy or something else. So in that sense, like I could look at him and go, okay, he's trying to like figure out what to say right now, or he's trying to like figure out something with the camera, not with us. Like I kind of had this idea of I could sort of read him, which was helpful. But sometimes I think because we have that understanding of each other, sometimes that complicates things because there feels like there's less need for explanation between both of us. And I'm not obviously putting that on him. For me too, you know, I expect my dad to understand when I'm like, oh, I'm feeling this way about this. And he's like, but that's not. And I'm like, but
Dad.
It's harder sometimes. But what I will say is we've always had a really, really good professional relationship, my whole family and I. And this isn't the first film we've worked on together. We've done a handful of them. And on virtually every film we've worked on, people have not realized we're related, including this one. Like it took some people until nearly the last week of filming to be like, wait, did you just call him Dad? I was like, I only do it on lunch though. And they were like,
I love it.
You don't call him Dad when you're working?
Actually, your dad? And I was like, yeah, and that's my mom. And they're like,
what?
Was your mom on set? Was she able to be there the whole time?
Yeah. So she's also one of the producers of it. So she was there and she was hands on deck the whole time. And yeah, it was really fun. But it's one of those things where on every film we've worked on together, everything we've done together, it has taken at least one or two people until the last week to realize we're related. And it's mostly just because we don't really say it loudly. Like I refer to my mom as Agnes. I refer to my dad as Leaf. You know, they continue to refer to me as Brittany because I don't know what else they would call me. But yeah, like we're very professional with each other. And I think as a result, it really helps in that sense.
I feel like my mom would be like, Sarah, don't do that. Fix your eyes.
Well, and it's funny too, because I think like it requires a really open space for communication as well. Like on the first day of filming, we went back to the hotel and we were like, okay, let's sit down and let's talk. Like, how did today go? What can we do different? You know, like, how do I need to address you differently? How do I need you to address me? How do we need to is there anything we need to talk about in terms of like script notes or this? Like, what can we do to make this the best environment, not just for you and I, but for everyone else around us? And we sort of like made sure that we were checking in with each other regularly to ensure that we were making it a positive environment for everyone else and for us, so that it didn't feel like this weird, like, this is a family unit and you can't get in the middle of it, because you never want that either, right? So we were really cognizant of that on set, and I think that helps.
That's great.
So your mom's the writer.
Oh, sorry, Julie.
So your mom's the writer. How is that? Does that make it easier to go back and forth about the script or harder? C, all of the above?
Yeah, all of the above. Because I never want to, I love doing notes on writing. Like I love taking notes in and saying like, you know, this is sort of what I'm thinking. How do we feel about this? Can I drop this? This line doesn't feel good. I'm going to say something different. I really love being able to work with whoever I'm working with and say like, hey, how do you feel about this? So the last thing I want to do is say, hey, mom, this feels stupid to say. Because, like, that's just not nice to say to your mom.
No.
You can't say that.
But if you could say to anybody, it is your mom.
Stupid. But we did have a conversation about it. And she was like, Brittany, I genuinely, like, from you and from Chris, I want your notes. And I want your honest notes. I don't want you to be nice to me. If you think something doesn't work, I want to know. So Chris and I went, the first few days we were on set, on location, we actually went downstairs and we did a table read. And we went through and we made a bunch of notes and we gave them to my mom, and she was really receptive. And of course, if there's something that she bumps on and she's like, this doesn't make sense, I've done the research on this, we're like, no problem. We just wanted to bring it to the table. So it was really nice in that she was really open to receiving those notes. Cause I think the worst thing would have been if we were like, we don't want to give you notes because we don't want you to feel it. She's like, great, love it, extra special. Because I also think, you know, she wanted to be she wanted it to be the best it could be as well. So
of course,
in order for that to happen, she knew she needed constructive criticisms. And so we were able to really work together. But ultimately, the script was also just really good. So we didn't have to worry about that.
I like that professional back and forth, though. Like you're doing that and you're giving that professional back and forth. And it makes it rewarding for everyone that's involved then, right?
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's, when you have that safety net of knowing that you can be critical as long as you're kind. Like,
right.
And that's the biggest thing I think within my family is I can say like, hey dad, it would help me if when you direct me for this, it like wasn't clicking. So if you say this word instead, I'll know what you're saying. And if he's like, okay, great. And when I say this is what I'm trying to get to. I'm like, oh, okay, great. Yeah. When we can have those constructive conversations, it allows just for like a way better space overall, not just for work, but also for being a family. So it's nice. Like working together has made us stronger as a family, and being a family has made us strong for work. So it's kind of,
I love it. That's extra special. We have, let's see, there's a comment over here that says Colby says hi.
That's my best friend, Casey. Hi, Casey. Hi, Colby.
Hi, Casey.
She's so cute. She watches all of these. She's the best.
Love
you so much.
And then Sheila has another good question. What was the inspiration for the script? Do you know that? Like, did your mom have?
So it was a story that had come to them a really long time ago as like a completely different script. It was a completely different story. And in reading it, there were a couple of things that my mom just thought, you know what, like it's not working how it is right now. But it's a beautiful idea for a story. So she, of course, got permission to rework it and just really wanted to make it a story about compassion and about animals. And I think that was something for her that was always really something she wanted to write and wanted to explore. I mean, we had a dog growing up that we loved beyond measure. And I think for my mom, Tika was kind of like a little bit of the inspiration because she brought so much love into our lives and so much love into our world. And I think for her, having that inspiration and then having this sort of seed of an idea of a story, it just sort of kickstarted this like overwhelming idea of what Dog Named Indy could be. And I'm going to keep calling it Dog Named Indy until we have a title for it because I just
but you have an air date. When is it coming out?
April 23rd.
Okay.
So
they've got to hurry up.
I know. I'm so excited. And then just because I can show it to you, we just got the new poster for my other movie that I wasn't sure I was able to talk about before.
Yes,
it's called Home for a Royal.
I saw that today, and I was going to ask you because it said it was done, and I'm like, I haven't heard anything. So that was the other one that you have.
Yeah.
So tell us.
So when's that one going to air?
I'm not sure yet. We don't have any information, but we have a poster, and we're allowed to talk about the title now. So
all right.
It's called Home for a Royal Heart, and it is super lovely. I say this about all of them. I just really like the movies I do.
Yes. I love to enjoy your work. I love my work too. That it makes your life so much fuller, right?
I agree. But yeah, this one's great. It's about a young woman who is a real estate agent in a small town. And it's sort of, she just wants to keep the spirit of the town alive so badly. And she's just sort of watching as all of these, surrounding towns are being bought up and turned into like the Ferris wheel on the water. And she's like, I just don't want us to lose what makes this place so special. And this person, she needs to make this big sale. And then this like mysterious man comes to town. He's like, I need a fancy house. And she's like, okay, who's this guy? And it turns out that he's like really wanting to buy a fancy house, and she knows nothing about him. And she spends all this time trying to get to know who this person is. And he finally is like, just find me my perfect home. And there's all these confusions, and I can't give too much away, but it's great. And it's called Home for a Royal Heart. So that probably gives some.
And he's dressed
in home for a Royal Heart. What is there, a prince?
I don't know.
Is there something in the castle? And
does he have an accent?
Do you have a network that one will air on?
No, not yet.
Oh, yeah.
Not yet.
All these things
and who's your co-star?
My co-star is his name is Dan Jeannotte. He's
Okay.
amazing. He was on Rain for quite a while, and he's done a couple of Hallmark movies. He's also done a handful of Christmas movies. He had a Christmas movie that came out this year called Ghosts of Christmas. No.
Oh, yes. There was a Ghosted
Christmas or something. I don't know. But it had to do with ghosts, I think. I don't remember. But he was in it. It was
like Ghost of Boyfriends or something. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
no, it was about being ghosted on social media or like.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was
called. Ghosted boyfriends of Christmas past or something like that.
And then Sheila is saying that he was in the Jen Lilly wine movie.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
so
the wine, Paris, and romance. I've just pulled that out of like literal outer space. So if that's wrong, please don't hit me.
Yes, it was called. Sounds possibly right. I've seen it. I know which one she's talking about. Sheila's got all the facts. So
yeah.
Okay, so he's in that one too.
And I checked. It was Ghosts of Christmas Past.
Ghosts of Christmas Past. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So that'll come out sometime this year, possibly.
That's coming out this year, as far as I know. I mean, we've got 10 months. So hopefully it'll end up on a network somewhere in the next 10 months. I'm hoping that it'll be sometime over the spring or summer because it was shot in the summer. So hopefully it'll be out there. It's very fun.
So that's 3 like other seasonal movies. And then do you have a Christmas one already filmed?
I have a Christmas one. That's right, because it aired in Canada, but it hasn't aired in the States yet. So there's
Yes.
Loving Christmas, which people loved in Canada.
Okay.
People thought it was so cute. And my co-star Olivier, he's amazing. Is Astrid and Lily Saves the World available in the States? It's a new TV series.
Oh, I've heard of it.
It's a sci-fi show. He's one of the stars of that.
Okay. Fun.
And he's amazing. He's like started working so much. It's insane. And he's handsome and lovely. And he's my co-star in that. And people are going to love him.
Yeah, because I think that's set for Lifetime as part of their Christmas movie lineup. That's already set in stone for the States this coming Christmas 2022. Christmas 2022.
Yeah. They were Brittany Bristow. Yes. So that's 4. Is that it? Or do you have another one?
Do you have anything else out there? What else you got out there, Britt?
I mean, like we know we have Drama 2 coming up.
Another movie I worked on with my parents, actually, which is called Dancing Through the Shadow, is hopefully going to be coming out this year. And a film that I did in Iceland called Shadow Town is officially being released, I believe, on Amazon this year.
Okay. Oh, wow.
I have to confirm that, but I'm pretty positive Amazon purchased it. So
that's like
fun.
That's amazing. That could possibly be 6 movies this year. You could be the queen of 2022.
I think
right?
so. I think so.
I feel very excited.
Like it needs to say like Drama, Brittany Bristow, Queen
of 2022. We'll tell Gabrielle that. So let's quick talk about Drama. We were supposed to already know each other in real life. Yep. Then COVID.
Darn thing that won't go away.
I know.
Right? Pandemic.
I know.
So June. We're hoping for June. Yes.
June. I am very excited for June.
Me too.
I think it's going to be so much fun. Honestly, like Dustin and I are both looking forward to it. I want to go down early. I want to scope out the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Dustin's a superstar now. Everyone, he's got fans.
It's bonkers.
He's gonna need his own table too.
I know.
The guys might need their own table.
Yeah, I think I might just set him up at my table, and then like when people want to meet me, I can like come out. They're like, hello?
Yeah, when they like, where's
you'll be running his pictures for him.
Exactly. Get him some good headshots. Make him wear a turtleneck and do this.
They should surround you with all your movie posters. I'm down for that. You need to have all your movie posters.
I would love that. Also, because I like all of my movie posters. I don't have any of the posters of any of the movies I've been in.
What?
How do we get them?
I don't know, but I want them.
What?
We're gonna do this.
Yeah, you need to ask your dad. I feel like he'll know.
Yeah. We also need we totally need a banner that says Queen of 2022, Brittany Bristow.
Absolutely.
Right?
Catherine just says she's on it.
Oh, Catherine. Catherine for the win.
Yeah,
I love
Catherine's just her value is through the roof, and she gets all this stuff done. So
Amazing.
I can't believe you don't have any posters.
No, but I got to get on that because that would be fun to have.
Okay.
Yeah, or we could get like a cutout.
Oh gosh. I'm having computer
Awkward cutouts of me from all of the movies.
Full size cutouts all around the room.
Just like surround you with Brittany's. Or like the co-stars.
Okay. I have a question about Rama Drama.
Okay.
You went to the first one, right? You're coming to this one in June.
Absolutely.
People can meet you. What's your favorite thing about being at Rama Drama?
Honestly, it's just meeting everybody. That was my favorite thing, and will, I think, continue to be my favorite thing. Of course, you know, there's incredible music and we were having fun, and I got to meet other people from the Hallmark and Lifetime world that I've never met before, and that was really lovely. But like, honestly, the thing that meant the most to me was meeting everyone who loves these movies so much, because like I am indebted to all of them, all of you, all of the people who watch these movies. It is because of you that
I feel like it's probably mutual. I think that all the fans kind of feel that way about all of you. Like you are in their homes and you're providing like an out, kind of like.
Yeah, it's so weird for me to think of it like that, because I don't know. Like, I think it was before the first Roma drama, Gabrielle said, like, and a special celebrity guest, we were doing like a live thing, and I was like, I'm not a celebrity. Like, I got like so uncomfortable. And like, even still, no word of lie, before Roma drama, I was talking with Dustin, and they were like, okay, so like, how many headshots do we print? And I was like, I don't know, should I print like 20? He was like, Brittany, 20? And I was like, I don't know, why not? Why? I'm just me. Why would people? I want to meet them. Like, I don't need me. And they were like, no, like you need to send like 200 headshots. And I was like, 200?
Yes.
Absolutely not. I'm going to be traveling home with 200 headshots.
But you didn't, did you?
No.
So I get like really weird about it in that sense, because I'm like, I am just me. I am just a person. But like, I am so excited to meet everybody that watches the movies, because getting to see how much they love them, and just like, I don't know, when somebody says like, I love watching your movies, every time one is on, I make sure to tune into it. It's like, me? Wow. Like, you're part of the reason why I have a job doing what I love. Thank you. Like, can I hug you? I just feel so loved in that space, and I feel so lucky to have an opportunity to meet everyone. So.
Well, I think you're very loved. They're throwing you a bridal shower at Rama Drama with Jax. I mean, I'd say you're pretty loved. Yes. And are people still needing to, are they going to do it the same way? Are we going to enter to try to win a spot? Is it the same setup?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think that they are still planning that. We're still doing the giveaway with
it's like an exclusive event too. Like, you can't just buy a ticket to go. You need to like win it.
I know.
Pretty neat.
I like it. I like the way that they've done it.
What we do for Queens.
Space now, though, that, you know, some things have changed, and check in on how we're gonna plan it. But
right, I think it's I'm really looking forward to it. I've never been to one of these events at all. Sarah's been to Christmas Con. So I like the idea that's a little bit of a smaller event and a little more, you really get to see the people. I am very much a people person. So I like that contact, that you get to see everyone. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Me too.
Plus everything looks so beautiful there. The hotel, the venue, everything
the area.
about it.
Yeah, I'm just excited to go away.
I'm excited to meet both of you in person, because Sarah and I still haven't met in person.
No. It's going to be a really fun time, and we just can't wait. And I love that we've been able to connect this way, so that now we know we can be like, go see Brittany. She's the best. So good
Right?
on you.
Right?
Oh, we are cheerleaders.
Oh, thank you.
And I love that I love that you're sitting on your couch again, because when you put up that Instagram and I'm like, oh, I'm attaching her previous podcast and say stories from the couch. It's like, a Friends episode, right?
Yeah, of
right?
course. And I
Absolutely.
get to show you all my fancy pillows.
Okay,
yes.
those are really cute
And
though.
you had just gotten those.
Yes, I like the fancy pillows.
This one's my favorite.
That one is
My throw pillows are all stained from my kids, so they're super fancy now.
Yeah. This one is like, if I have children, I will put it inside of some sort of like
protective cover. You'll turn into my great grandma or
the grandma with the
don't
plastic.
touch mommy's pillow.
mine only.
You just have to put it away.
Exactly. Yeah. It'll be like in a safe room where I can like go and breathe.
You can frame it.
in a safe room.
Exactly.
Like your closet in the basement.
Yeah.
Angie's saying she's hoping to come too. She's one of
Yes,
our
Angie. That's great.
friends that we know from our Facebook
I love
group.
that.
So
I hope you can too.
yeah, come meet
Let's
Brittany. So
And Laura.
and yes,
Laura,
and-
the incredible author. She's still here, so I had to shout her out.
yes,
Yes, I'm looking at the comments now. Let's see.
yeah.
Oh, Catherine said she loved the story you told us last time about the husband being so excited to meet you. That was super
That
sweet.
honestly like made my whole experience. It was
right.
fantastic.
Sheila's
we'll come
saying get a
again.
shadow box for your pillow.
Yeah. I will. Well, that's a fantastic idea. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna file that away in the back of my brain. That's happening. Hey, I have one more question about the working title, A Dog Named Indy.
Yeah.
You work with puppies in that. How is that to work with puppies for real in a movie?
Honestly, it's the greatest thing in the entire world. No one can focus on anything except for the puppies.
Of course. Yeah.
But it was so much fun. We were surrounded by dogs. We had puppies, we had like full-grown dogs, we had border collies, we had beagles, we had hounds, we had all of them. And like I got to learn all of their names, and I would just like hang out with the puppies, and it got to the point where they would like listen to me, and I got to tell them what to do, but like in a nice way, obviously. I was like, hey Pickles, stop trying to get out of your cozy spot. And Pickles would like stare at me and sit on top.
Yeah. So you would work with puppies again?
Oh, yeah, literally for the rest of my life. Like if I could work on a show about Bella and just be around dogs constantly, I would be like really okay with that.
Maybe your mom
you're
can
a
write
dog
that for you.
Yeah. Maybe we need to pitch this.
Yeah, pitch it. Pitch it. You've got parents that you can pitch to. Do you ever pitch to your parents?
I have, yeah.
Yes. Have they ever taken you out?
Like, on a few things. There was a couple of things that I've, over the years worked on. I have a story right now that Dustin and I are actually working on.
Oh.
And
Is there singing involved?
sorry?
Is there singing involved?
No.
Too bad.
Everything is top secret, but there's no singing. No, so we're working on that, and my parents are really interested in working on it with us. And then of course there's some things that are, projects that there was one project that I had that I worked on with a friend of mine that was an idea for a series a number of years ago. My parents did everything they could to help us to try to get it off the ground. And there were a couple of places that were really interested in it, but it just didn't end up panning out, which is fine. I mean, like that is the industry. You can
Part of
work
the industry, right?
for 5 years and have this entire series developed, and somebody's like, no, not the right time. And you're like, but no. You're like, but my baby, please. But they are remarkable in that they will do everything in their power to help me no matter what. And of course, they really do want for whatever I do to succeed. So if something isn't going to work, they're very good about being like, listen, this is where we think it needs to change. If you don't want to do that, that's totally fine. But like, this is what we would suggest. And it's kind of great to have that.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
So good. Well, we are really excited for the year of Brittany.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so first up is The Story of Love, and that this weekend on
Mhm.
Yeah, on Sunday.
on
Mhm.
UpTv. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'll be watching on my Friendly app.
Amazing.
That's how I
Yep.
watch
What's the Friendly app?
That's where
Do you
everything
have the
is.
Friendly TV? You've never heard of that?
What is this? Is it
So
magical?
Friendly TV, yeah, I mean, sort of.
Okay.
I like it because I never get to watch anything live because my kids control everything. So I have the app on my iPad and my phone, and I can pick up like Hallmark and Up and GAC, so all these movies. And you can record a bunch of them. They have other things too, but those are my three go-to. We have the Movies and Mysteries channel, Hallmark.
Amazing.
Yeah, so
And
it's like a streaming service. It's like $5 or $7 a month, and
That's
that's
amazing.
how I watch. Yeah,
it's inexpensive, and you get a lot of family-friendly TV, and it's spelled FRNDLY or something like that.
Yep.
Like I have cable, so we get it all. But
That's so great.
it's a great app, and it's quite inexpensive, and so a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people use it for their family-friendly TV if they don't have like cable or something like that.
I love that so much.
Yeah,
That's such a great idea.
yeah. So lots of people have it. Actually, very popular app to have. So
Amazing.
and you can sign in right on your smart TV, and then you're in, right?
I've never been able to get it on my TV.
What?
I can never find it. Every time I'm searching for the app on the TV, I can't find it. I need somebody to come do it.
You need some tech help.
I need some tech help. And I feel like my husband's just like, search for it, and I do, and it never comes up. Like we have like 2 or 3 smart TVs in our house.
Oh gosh.
I never find it, but it's on my iPad. It's on my phone.
I love that.
Fine.
Well, thank
I
you
can't
in
buy.
advance for watching it. I'm excited. I hope you like it.
Yeah,
I'm sure we'll post about it more.
I'm sure we will too.
Congratulations on all this wonderful
so much.
upcoming
year. The upcoming year, the year of Brittany. It's going to be amazing.
You need your crown.
Thank you guys so much. Oh my
We
gosh,
need
I can't tell you how much it means to have your support, and it's just I'm really excited. So
Well,
I hope
we're
everybody
so happy.
likes the movies in the year of Brittany, which feels so weird to say.
It's going to be amazing. Don't you
Yeah,
love it?
banner. Yeah.
Wait, yeah. I might have to make a banner and bring it with.
Yeah, I think you should.
Year of Brittany
Oh my
2022. It'd be
I
amazing.
love it.
Well, thank you for joining us today
Thank
on our
you so
podcast.
much for having me again.
We love having you. Why don't you hang out with us for a minute while Catherine brings us out? And
All right, sounds good.
until next
Bye,
time, everybody. Bye.